I mean, confronted David Rockefeller in Chile. I was talking to him years before, and seeing other people take action, stand up for themselves, and believe in themselves. And
leave Chile now! Leave Chile! We do not want your New World Order! You've killed a lot of people! You're killing a lot of people, David Rockefeller! Leave Chile now! I mean, that really, and the way Dick Cheney looked at you and snarled, but then put his head down and backed off. Woo! This is Alex Jones with 5 good reasons you should consider buying a solar power generator. Number 1, new climate legislation could easily double or triple your electric bill. Number 2, our new energy czar wants to control how much power your electric company allows you to have. It's true. Total government control of electricity in the name of smart grid technology is coming. Number 3, in some areas of the country, the power grid is dangerously overloaded. And now, new socialist legislation is only compounding the problem. Number 4, dangerous weather is always a threat to local grids. Every year, thousands of families lose their power from weather-related outages. Number 5, a solar power generator provides powerful backup insurance and peace of mind. Folks, I really believe in the solar power generators offered by Solutions from Science, one of my oldest sponsors. You can get more information at www.mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com or call 1-877-327-0365. A very wealthy U.S. citizen is predicting that in 2011, we will witness the most important day in America in more than 50 years. He says it will change everything about our lives. The way you shop, travel, invest, educate your children, and even how you take care of your health and your own family. Now, this man has made some outrageous predictions over the years. The crazy part is, he's usually right. You see, he predicted the collapse of GM, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and America's biggest mall owner, General Growth Properties. In fact, Barron's called his work a dire prophecy. Recently, he created a video, which you can watch online for free, detailing his biggest and most important prediction yet. And it's a real eye-opener. I can't stress this enough. You should at least watch this free video online today. He explains everything you need to know, including simple steps you can take to protect yourself. You can find the video at www.endofamerica3.com. That's endofamerica, the number 3.com. Watch the free video at www.endofamerica3.com. That's endofamerica3.com.
Alex told you the government announced recently that the recession is over. It ended on June of 2009. The millions of Americans unable to find work might not agree. Perhaps the recession ended for the bankers and government employees, but for the rest of us, things seem to be getting worse. Gold and silver haven't heard the news either. They've begun their long-expected journey to the moon. In addition to converting your shrinking dollars into gold and silver, you should consider a food savings account from eFoods Direct. They both make fabulous investments. Food is our greatest dependency, and we know it will be more precious than any financial resource. You and your family need food to survive a crisis, and you can't eat paper, stocks, or metals. Alex has been urging you to invest in delicious, easy-fix meals to enjoy now or save for long-term. This will freeze the cost of your food while you can still afford it. Visit efoodsdirect.com on the internet or call 800-409-5633. That's efoodsdirect.com or 800-409-5633.
He's the T-Rex of political talk. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
If you're just joining us, one of the biggest success stories in true grassroots activism is on the broadcast with us, Luke Rudkowski. And Luke, I want to go back for new listeners that just joined us. Tell us about your awakening, your process, so it can inspire others, because I forget the exact dates and details. What happened in New York 9/11 Truth, what you've done, getting together with the Building What campaign, now causing Geraldo Rivera to come out and say we need to look at 9/11 as an inside job, now causing Judge Andrew Napolitano on Fox to come out and say, and he said it on my show first, it made national news, that the official stories like the Kennedy story, it's impossible. I mean, again, taking action, getting involved, not infighting, getting in there, getting in the globalist faces. Break that down for folks, and then we'll get into the Dick Cheney situation.
I mean, it's just been such an inspiring and amazing ride. I mean, this life and just being an awakened has changed my life for the better so much, and it's just been incredible. I mean, it started off with me getting beat up by the cops in New York City when I was 16, 17, and ever since then, I started looking into your work, and you inspired me, seeing your confrontation, seeing your information that you provide to us every single day. I take it and I run with it. And it's about, we all have the same potential within all of us. We all have the same possibilities. We could do anything we want. Nothing is impossible. We just have to take it and run with it without fear, only with compassion and devotion, and we could do anything we want in this world. And we did the impossible. I mean, we helped sponsor bills in Congress that helped 9/11 first responders. We raised money for them. We do other, community work here in the city. And it's about making a difference, not only for yourself, not only changing yourself, but changing the outside world. And it starts with the individual sitting at home right now listening and understanding that the power is within their own grasp, within their own hands.
And what did Zbigniew Brzezinski say last year to the Council on Foreign Relations, televised on C-SPAN? He said, for the first time in world history, all of humanity is awake and staring. They are now looking past the puppets to the empire. And then he broke down the blocks of the empire. We've gone from Ron Paul not getting one co-sponsor 15, 16 years ago when he first got back into Congress. He'd done one, a term before that, years before, to now passing the audit in the House. Sure, it got killed in the Senate, but now people aren't looking at puppets. More and more, they're looking at the real power structure. And once the majority of people see the real power structure and know it's the foreign banking occupation cartel, game over.
It's over for them. And people need to understand, these people, they're not as all-powerful. I mean, people show them so much affection. People go up to them and, they're deaf, dumb, and blind, like that girl in the Dick Cheney video screaming, "We love you, Dick Cheney. Thank you, Miss Cheney." But it takes just critical thinking. It takes just to look things up and do your own research and do your own homework and just to find out how this is all just a big game and how really, the biggest secret that they're hiding, from all of us is that we have the power. We have all the authority within us. We could do what we want, and that's what they're afraid of. They're afraid of us waking up and understanding the power and the authority that we have within us to do what we want. And they want to keep us suppressed. They want to keep us dumb. They want to keep us fighting over stupid issues that don't even matter. And it's about just understanding life is short, and there has to be a better way. I know there is a better way, and that's why I fight. And I know that's why you fight. And, with commitment, with just hard work, we could do anything we want. And that's why I'm doing everything I can right now. I have nothing else to do, and I'm just going to work really hard on We Are Change full time. I've never been able to give my full potential to this.
Yeah, I told you years ago, Luke, and I guess you started We Are Change, 3 years ago?
Yeah, about 3 years ago when I was 20.
So I told you then, I said a college degree is great, but this is destiny here. You're already making international headlines every week. You're inspiring other people. You got to create a foundation, get donations, and I even told you, I said, why give all the money you raise to other things and then don't have money for video cameras, and I'm having to send you, 4 or 5 free video cameras, and you don't have money to travel. I said, people want to fund, what you're doing as the founder of this, and then others can start their own We Are Change that follows the code and the principles, and it's not some central control, and they can go out and confront politicians, but you need to do this full time and then make a film to then sell it, to then fund yourself with that seed money to really get in a position where you can do this full time. And I'm very excited to hear that you're doing that now. Now, I want to get into the Dick Cheney situation, but first, before we go any further, tell us about what's coming up this year, the 10th anniversary in New York City of the staged false flag terror attacks that were meant to drive a stake through the heart of our republic.
Well, this year is going to be one of the biggest years. The 5th anniversary was the largest ever. This is the 10th year anniversary. We have to make a stand. We have to do something huge. We have to do something major. All I know right now is that everybody should be in New York City on Sunday, September 11, 2011. We're going to be there making a stand. We don't know if we're going to do events yet or not, but all I know is that we need to be at ground zero, sending out our message, not going out in silence, being proud of what we stand for, being proud of truth and justice, and standing there with the family members, standing there with the rescue workers. So I hope everybody makes plans for New York City early. We're going to make huge, we're going to do huge things in New York City to try to get the truth out there to everybody. And we're not backing down. We're not going to give up on 9/11. People are always telling me, talk about this, don't talk about 9/11. I'm never going to stop talking about 9/11. Truth is truth. and I don't care how, you know.
Well, Luke, 9/11 is the foundation of the wars, the Patriot Act, the naked body scanners, the hands down the pants at the TSA. It's the pretext for everything. It must be exposed that fraud, that false religious system of worshiping tyranny, this cult of tyranny that 9/11 is central to, must fall. But we see 9/11 truth with more and more scientists, more and more former Italian presidents, former German defense ministers, you know, number 3 in the Japanese government. I mean, constantly former U.S. senators, more and more prominent people. What did you think about Geraldo Rivera having the Building What campaign, which our listeners donated to the very kickoff of? Our listeners, again, giving you the credit, folks, so they could get those ads on in New York saying Building What? Building 7, 30-second ad. Then Geraldo Rivera covers it. Then Judge Napolitano comes on this show and says there's no way the official story's real. We're being lied to. Even though that obviously will hurt their career at Fox. They've got the humanity. They can't help but tell the truth. And 9/11 Truth, as Cass Sunstein at the White House admits, is the #1 threat to them, and he wants you arrested. This is public. If you talk about it, why? They are so scared of this. What is it like for you to see the, not even rebirth, because it was always growing, but the acceleration, the waxing, the expanding, the exploding of 9/11 Truth, and taking that tool of false flag terror away from the globalist, where now anytime they stage an underwear bombing or something, our listeners are on board. They see the U.S. government get him on the plane. The government denies it for 2 months, and then it comes out that they did do it. I mean, people are having an awakening. Our people are everywhere, inside the military, the police, on airplanes, in the cockpit, and in the passenger area, and in the factories, and on the borders, and in the media. I mean, we got the Popular Mechanics article months before it came out from moles inside. We get the hit pieces from MSNBC before they're out. Our people are everywhere.
It's so amazing seeing the lie being chipped away, chip by chip, just with little actions that we do. And even having Geraldo Rivera come out with the truth, he was the last person I ever expected to come out in full support of Building What and the whole 9/11. And just seeing that, it was just so incredible, especially after the incident me and you had with him in 2007. And if Geraldo Rivera could come out and you know, openly talk about 9/11 Truth on his newscast, the potential is amazing. And that's why Cass Sunstein calls for the open infiltration of this 9/11 Truth movement, openly calls for the government sending out disinformation to try to counter us and try to get rid of us. That's why the Sodom Poverty Law Center puts on Patriots' Most Wanted list, because they're afraid of us. They have fear. And one thing that we have that they don't have is love and compassion, and they're afraid of that. They're afraid of truth. They're afraid of liberty and justice, and that's why he's just so amazing. It's just been such an incredible, life-changing experience to see the difference in people. I mean, in New York City, I started out, 7-8 years ago, at being at Ground Zero. People spit at you, people were mad, and now it's totally different. People are waking up to the ideas. People are researching. People are not just believing the lamestream media, and they're going online and they're looking up real journalists who are going up to these people and asking them the real questions about 9/11. And we're going to be doing this full time. We're not giving up, you know. And I feel so bad not being able to put my full potential into We Are Changed because of school and because of work. But right now, this is it. I mean, this is the time. We're just getting started. You're going to see a whole bunch of new videos. You're going to see us organizing huge events, and we're not backing down for this. We're in this for the long run, and we're not giving up until we have liberty, until we have true freedom, and until we accomplish what we wanted, which is a better life, which is a better world for us and our children, for God's sake.